Hello, folks. My name is Kevin Douglas Berg. This is What Was I Saying blog KDB. I'm here to provoke thought and move humanity just a little bit. If you followed me and you've heard me talk about HP in the cool sense, how it doesn't work. And this is another thing, it's kind of funny. Once again, my cousin Mark, a long time ago, he's like, why don't you put a fan on it? And right now I do have a fan on it. So I am going to be working with how it's set up. But right now, I think I'm pretty good. I don't think there's too much light. And I don't want to turn off this light. Because if I turn off this light, it's not going to be good. So anyhow, with that being said, thank you very much for following me. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for being in my TikTok lives when I get back there. I think tomorrow I might get my AP, might cut my electricity off again. But anyhow, be that as it may, this is kind of weird. Just a little story. For some reason I was thinking about camping. And haven't been camping a long time, and I love to camp. My dad loved to camp. Lisa loved to, whatever. Lisa loved to camp. Bernie loved to camp. I don't care. I'm going to mention their names. They're beautiful people. I'm sorry. I'm not doing anything wrong here. I don't think. I'm just making people think and provoking thought and discussing ideas that might not be the most comfortable, but we need to discuss them nonetheless. Anyhow, my dad had this green Coleman stove. Just thinking about it makes me think about him. Just thinking about it. And he absolutely loved this stove. Just a 2-burner stove. It had 2 flaps, and you opened it like that, and it like compressed down, and it ran on propane. Propane or kerosene? Kerosene stove. Nope. It ran on kerosene, I think. I'm almost sure. He had to prime it, and then those little burners. And my dad was never a cook. He never wanted to cook. I'll give you some examples. I made him a sandwich, and I used to make him, it's called the Harvey Berg sandwich I used to make, really. It was salami, lettuce, mayonnaise, tomato, cheese, mustard if we had it, and I would stack it really high. And my dad, this is one of the things I do too. He gets anything that's stacked high, he'll smash down first to put in his mouth. And I got that too. I definitely got that trait. And anyhow, made him Dinty Moore beef stew. He's like, oh my god, it's so awesome. I can't believe you made this. I was like, Homer, it's in a can. The can gets dumped. You turn the pot on. Wait a second. Wait maybe 5 minutes. Medium high. And it starts to get warm. Then you get out this exotic thing called bread and butter. Take the bread out of this exotic container from far away called the plastic bag. Pull the bread out. Get a knife. It's been in circulation for eons. Open up butter. Butter on bread. Put bread together. Get out stew and pour. He's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's too much trouble. But he would sit there and open up a can of beans and go, Ross, I'm covered for dinner. I'm all good. Or, which I had now found a big fond of, I'm really fond of, is a roll of fig Newtons for dinner. Anyhow, be that as it may, so he had this stove. He had this. Sorry, there's a cat outside. He had this stove, and he always loved cooking, camping. Camping, he loved cooking. Other than that, he didn't even make it his own damn coffee. Like put this thing in the box, hit the buttons. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Growing up, maybe it's just Generation Z, but you always opened the microwave before it stopped. You're like, ah, organ radiation poisoning. Well, I don't think anything's wrong with me. Anyhow, just kidding. Nope, voices in my head said, "Oh, we're all good here. It's not Shabbos. We are in session." Okay, so he loved the stove. I mean, loved it. Cooked on it. He was always making eggs or something on it, and or hamburgers or well, hamburgers and hot dogs we did in the fire. But he loved the stove. Always had this yellow. Yeah, it was yellow. This yellow coffee tea kettle, kind of old thing. He'd put it right on, and he'd always have his coffee. And he'd I was just thinking. One moment. Okay, I was just thinking. He would stay up late, and he watched the fire because he absolutely loved it and loved all the Mother Nature and everything, and being out there and not being in the garage or painting. I just remember him sitting there. God, I remember. I got goosebumps. I remember just looking through the little tent we had. It was kind of a 5-man tent. It was a nice tent. And he was just sitting there. He was just sitting there, just relaxing. And I'd say, "Dad, when are you gonna come to bed? When are you gonna come to bed?" Dad's like, "I'm just relaxing, Kevin. I'm just relaxing, little key. I'm just relaxing. I'm just really enjoying the moment." I see you, Dad. I see you a lot. Love you. Love you, Homer. But he had that stove. And that stove in him, oh, he used to always take care of it, make sure it didn't get any overspray on it or anything like that. And yeah, the first time here, I cry. You got a problem with that? There's the fucking door. I don't care. I'm an emotional person. And if you know anything about me, you will see that. And man, those are good memories. He always loved to get out that stove. Got out that stove and he made sure it was all clean and everything, cleaned it up. I don't know, he cleaned it up with, who the hell knows? Greg got to grab paint thinner. Who the hell knows? Rag, just started wiping it off and stuff. And I don't know if my sisters or my brother-in-law or someone who cleaned out the house still has that stove. But if you do, take good care of it. A lot of good times. A lot of good times. I didn't know I was going to get emotional about it. I was just thinking about it, but then I was thinking about him by the fire. I still see it. Still see it. Just got up a little bit out of my little sleeping bag and a little air mattress. Stayed at KOA and Stearns Road, and it was probably during a drag racing event. And it was cooler outside. It was a little cooler, and we didn't have that much money, so we had to wait to the Northern Nationals and stuff in Milan, so we could go. We didn't go to any national events for a long time, and the couple we did, we got rained out on. But we did see the Southern Nationals. In Jacksonville, we got tornadoed. But anyhow, just wearing his glasses, and as you could, you see the reflection off my glasses, like you see that. He had bifocals, so he had squares here. I remember just seeing him looking at that. I remember him just seeing him looking at that. times. Really good times. I appreciate you sharing, and I'm sorry, I appreciate you coming and watching, and YouTube, TikTok, whatever. And I appreciate you following and sharing as well. Just side note, I don't do anything else others do. I don't care to do anything others do, because this is actually a way I connect with my sons as well as talk to you folks. So at end of now every video I'll do, I'll tell Noah and Jonah I love them, and then call me anytime. And I'm leaving my phone number. Noah and Jonah, love you. 740-258-3676. We are legally should be able to talk to each other. And folks, and what was I saying about KDB? I believe in movement. I believe in spirit. I believe in the divine. I believe that God has put me in the place, as I'm sure most of you think that God is with you as well. If you're not, that's fine. But don't be afraid to pray. And right now, we're going to break it down with prayer. Pray for you. Pray for me. Pray for those traveling. Pray for those on the plane, train, automobile. Pray for those that are served, are serving, post-serving, fighting with PTSD. Pray for those that are anybody in uniform, policemen, policewomen, firefighters, firemen, firewomen, ambulance rescue, first respond people, doctors, anybody in and out of a hospital wanting a better day. Pray for those that are suffering with any emotional, physical, psychological, mental distress and issues, that tomorrow the world shows more compassion for them, and tomorrow they find less suffering in whatever they're fighting. Pray for those that do not have food, shelter, or water, or clothing, or electric, or electric. It's gonna be tomorrow. Fuck it, anyhow. In health services, that tomorrow the world is more empathetic, more compassionate, more understanding, and more able to help than it was today, Lord. Pray for you and me, Lord, in world peace. Pray for society as a whole. Pray for the world. Pray for humankind. I'm here. My name is Kevin Berg. I'm here to provoke thought and move humanity just a little bit. Thank you so much. You folks are lifesavers. Kevin out. God bless you.